Alright, so I'm doing a video here showing you my new Maytag Bravos series washing machine. This is actually something that I just took delivery on a few days ago and I thought I'd do a little video on it. This machine has a few new features that is out, and I'll show you those now. It's got a glass top here, so you can see the drum and what's happening inside. It's also an agitator-less drum, so there's no agitator beating your clothes. That's kind of some technology. It took some development cues from the front load washers because they have no agitator in those as well. In addition to this guy also has a few nice features, multiple settings here on the control panel, all kinds of buttons and settings and things like that. One of the reasons I went with a top load washer over a front load washer was I found that the front load washers tend to have a higher repair rate, about 25% higher when I was doing my research. In addition to that, there is a gasket around the door of the front load washers, and that tends to get mold and mildew. And when that gets in there, it's extremely difficult to get out, and that smell can start to get into your clothes. So with that being said, that was something I was a little bit hesitant with the front load washers. In addition to that, the front load washers also tend to have a higher repair cost with the bearings going out. The drums are actually, since the drum is actually in there at an angle, it puts more pressure on the bearing in the back. And the bearings tend to go out rather quickly, typically 2 to 3 years on a lot of the front loads. So with that being said, and just kind of looking at some of the things that it had and what this top load had, I decided to go with this guy here. Now, just like the front load drives, this also had a few cool features as well. It is actually an HE washer, as you can see here. So that means it uses less water, less detergent. It can also spin about 2 to 3 times faster than your typical top load washers with an agitator. And I'm going to actually do a cycle of some clothes that I have, actually a comforter and a pair of jeans and a few other things. I know it's kind of a mixed load, but I'm just going to throw them in there so you can kind of see it in action. Now, there are some things that you're going to have with a front load that you won't have with this one. I'll go over those now. So the other big thing that you're going to have with a front load washer is that they're known to be extremely quiet. And that's all nice and great. But I decided at the end, I was like, you know what? My washroom is on the far end of the house, and no one's really by that, and this washer really isn't that loud. Now, when I was looking for a washer, one of the things I also looked at was the extended warranties. And if you go with a newer agitator-less top load or even a front load, one thing that I would definitely encourage you to get would be the extended warranty. And this is what I found out. Lowe's and Home Depot tend to have the most affordable warranties. This guy here is about $700. I actually got it on sale at Home Depot for $4.99. The warranty was $100 for 5 years, and that will cover everything. With that being said, the reason why you want to go with that is because since the drums spin at a higher rate, bearings are more prone to failure. Also, these have computer boards in them, so as you can see, all the digital displays and the buttons and the gadgets and things like that. Well, those are all nice and great for your cleaning. However, if one of those electronic components go out, you're looking at anywhere from $350 to $500 to have that fixed. And if you look on YouTube and look at some of the reviews of different washers and problems people have had, it's something that you probably just want to go ahead and invest in. Anyway, I want to go ahead and do a wash load here for you so you can kind of see how this one works. And give me a sec and I'll do that now. Alright, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here. I'm going to hit the power button here. You see a little welcome tone. And on this guy, you have multiple settings here. So you have power wash, white, bulky, normal, wrinkle control, hand wash. You have a few settings down here. Clean wash with a fresh, which is basically these little tablets that you can get. I'll show you that here. This will help clean and kill bacteria and things like that and mold. That's actually good for a front load, but it's really not needed for the top loads. Anyway, they have it on here. And then of course over here you have all your settings for warm, hot, cold, whatever you want. In this case, I'm actually going to set this to bulky, and it will automatically show me the time that's going to take. It'll show me how the water temperature will be over here. So this will be warm, a low spin, my soil levels. If I want to come in here, do a pre-wash, fabric softener, extra wrench, deep clean, I'll have that ability. So let me go ahead and open this guy up. Alright, so there's the drum. This is a stainless steel, which is good. I know some of them are plastic or porcelain. Frigidaire just came out with a agitator-less washer, and it is actually a plastic drum, which kind of makes me question the durability on that. So inside here, if you can see, you got a fabric softener and a detergent tray. I already have my detergent here ready to put in there. It's probably a little bit too much, but that's okay. I'm doing a bulky load. And again, this is HE detergent, which I want to use. Let's get that on there. And then I'll just come over here and shut this little door. Over here you actually have a bleach dispenser if you want to use bleach, but in this case we don't. So what I'm going to do here is I'm now going to put in the comforter. Alright, so I got that in there. As you can see, there's still a lot of room in here. The comforter is just actually off my kid's bed that needed to be cleaned, so I went ahead and threw in a pair of jeans and a couple of my shirts and shorts, and so it's not even halfway full. So what I'm going to go ahead and do now is I'm going to go ahead and shut this lid. You can see that in there. Now I'll just hit the start button. It's going to lock it, lid lock. Then what we'll do is it's going to sense it. It's going to unlock it. I just did it, and then I'll lock it one more time for the final procedure. And again, this is in the sensing stage right here, as you can see. You'll have a pre-wash, a wash, a rinse, a spin. Just locked it again, and from there, we're pretty much set. I got some reflection, so I'm not sure how much you're going to be able to see of this here. I'll come back when it starts doing the water. Alright, now the water is just now being added into it. It's going to add some water, it'll turn the drum, it'll add some more, it'll sense how much water is in there, and then it will go through its normal process. So right now, it's done sensing, as you can see here, and it's already moved on to the pre-wash stage. Alright, so we're going to let that do its thing here, and I'll give some final thoughts on this guy.